All right, so I guess just first off, walk me through the offensive struggles today. Obviously, the weather had a lot to do with it, but just what could you guys have done better to get a little bit more going?
Obviously we knew it was going to be wet conditions coming in. We knew we were going to have to run the ball, and we knew we were going to have to make plays catching the ball and throwing the ball. We knew it wasn't going to be easy, but at the end of the day, I just don't think we came ready to play and ready to play tough, and that's not a coaching thing. That's a player thing. The players have to be ready to play, and that's something that we just didn't do.
And just how bad were the conditions down there from a weather perspective? Just what was it like on the field?
It was rough, but at the same time, they got to play in it too, and
Right.
they executed around the ball, and we dropped our chances on offense, certain times passing the ball, and we tried to get a ground game established, like Coach Brom said. Hit some creases every once in a while, but it was a little too late at that point.
Yeah, I think it's probably pretty fair to say they're a little bit more built to run, than you guys rely so much on the pass, not just the pass, but to set up the run. Just that kind of tilted a little bit of advantage in their direction, perhaps.
Yeah, we knew they were a solid run team coming in, and especially the way that they played Wisconsin last week. It was just one of those things where you just have to come out and you just got to put your nose down and grind, especially in these type of weather conditions, and we didn't do that.
Right. You guys have just, when you've been good offensively, you've been able to make big plays in the passing game. Just not being able to do that. How can you adapt for when you have to deal with, if you have to deal with weather like this again? How do you adapt now? What's kind of the counterpunch to this?
Like Coach Brom said, obviously you got to get a little bit more of a ground game going, but at the same time you got to complete those early passes and get confidence going. It's wet, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. We're going to try to take some shots downfield, and we did that a couple times, but it was just.
Yeah.
Sometimes you still want to take too much of a chance to throwing it out there just to nobody, you know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Was it a little bit like the Eastern Michigan game last year? Did you kind of harken back to that at all? Because the weather was kind of the same.
The weather was the same, but at the same time, just completely different teams. At the end of the day, it's all who's going to come ready to play.
Right.
And like I said before, that's a player thing, and that's something that we as a group of guys got to get figured out.
Did you see any difference when Jack was in there relative to when Aiden was in there?
It was good to see Aiden come in just because he works so hard, and I know the person that he is, and I know that he can succeed. But at the same time, it just depends.
Right.
It's hard to tell with how cruddy it was today that, you're just trying to move the ball.
Right.
And that's all we were trying to do.
Right. So what can you take from this going into next week, if anything?
Just got to get back up and go back to work.
Yeah.
We got a good team coming in next week, and, we can't sit back and just wait for them to come. We got to get ready and prepare and keep going, execute and practice, and I think that's something we just need to do.
How tough were the conditions out there catching the ball for you guys?
It definitely wasn't easy, but at the same time, like Coach Brom said, there's no excuses to whatever you do. You just got to go out there and do it. And they're dealing with it too, and we just had to go out there and execute, and that's something that we just didn't do today.